Yes.
Yes.
We outside.
We are outside. I love it.
Yes.
All right. So, guys, for everybody that's going to be coming in, those who are here, thank you for being with us tonight. Super excited. So, first off, we want to welcome you to Indie Talks. Listen, every week we are talking to some of the most dopest independent artists who is doing their thing. And tonight is, I mean, just beyond, we're going to be able to talk to an amazing, beautiful talent. All right.
Yes.
Freddie, oh so.
Come on.
Listen, how are you?
I'm good. Like, I honestly didn't know how I felt outside. I'm like, I want to do my interview outside. It's slightly chilly, but it feels good. So I'm good. I feel great today.
I love the sun. You know, you're going, the sun is out, so, you know, it looks good.
Yes. Shout out to GQ. I see y'all.
Listen, so we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. Definitely talk about your start in music. And, you're from Chicago. So, that's the whole base right there. Talk about, your start in music and your journey.
My journey in music has always been like spirit leading me to where I need to go. And me being in the perfect place at the perfect time to be seen, heard, and just recognized for what I do. So it all started with poetry. I've always been a writer, always expressing my little feelings. Like, I remember in high school, I was a little emo girl, getting my heart broke. I'm like, I'm finna write a poem about this. But then it really transformed to music when I was in sophomore year of high school. Freshman year, I was with all the popular girls. I didn't fully fit in with the super popular girls because they was too fake for me. By sophomore year, I was trying to find my people, and we ended up having to make this song in music class. And I'm like, you know what? I'm finna rap. I'm gonna just make a song. And I ended up making a song that was so dope. Like, the whole school loved it. But then there was this one particular day that I was just walking to my division class, and I saw this door open for like poetry. I guess it was going to be a poetry practice after school, and something told me to just walk in that door. Like, it felt like home. You know, you doing what you love to do when it's the first time, and your body, your energy, your heart, your spirit is just gravitating towards it, and you don't even necessarily know why. So I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna walk in here. And I didn't know that I was never gonna walk out of that door being the same person. Cause from then, like, I just been writing, creating music, and expressing myself through that this entire time. And it's been paying off for me. I love it.
Amazing. And obviously that was the moment, the pivotal moment. You knew that was when you wanted to kind of find your path for music and poetry together. Now, I want you to kind of talk about your individuality. You know, as an artist, obviously in music, in media, there's so many trends. And talk about how you hold and stand out on your own.
Man, okay. So, like, I'm already naturally this.
It froze.
You want to be in, you want to be like everybody else. Like, you don't want to really stand out. It's kind of like embarrassing a little, but it just works so much for me now because it's no way that I could be like anybody else. My individuality in my music, you know, you got a little bit of Kanye, a little bit of Erica, but then a little bit of Kendrick, but then I might slide a little bit of Chief Keef up in there. Like, I'm gonna mix up every aspect that is of me and the lessons that I learned from just being in Chicago, and how I see myself. I'm always going to express that in such a unique way because it's my experience. So in the heat of trends, even in the heat of, you know, drill music going crazy in Chicago, instead of comparing myself to other people, I'm like, I'm gonna just be real. I'm not super conscious. I hate when people say I'm a conscious rapper because I'm a very imperfect being, and I very well might turn up. Like these incense might turn into a black and mild. You never know, real quick. So I never try to tie myself down to just one thing, which puts me in a box and stops me from being the original person that I am. So I will always express how I feel, whether it's good, bad, ugly, but it'll always come out in a way that will help people learn something about themselves. You know, like how they say, like everything that's spiritual is not sweet and all, just easy. I just like to depict every aspect there is of life. And I think that's what makes me original. I'm not trying to be like nobody else. I'm just trying to speak my story from my perspective. A Southside black girl from the hundreds.
All right. Now, with that being said, talk about like what would you say is the more hardest part of going on this journey? What even if you haven't experienced the hard part, what is the joy?
Okay. I feel like the easiest part is creating the art. Because it just flow out of me the way it's supposed to. But I think the hardest part, and almost I feel like the hardest part that I was experiencing this entire time is almost over, because thank God I found my manager. Shout out to Lyrical. She's absolutely amazing with this beautiful heart. But for the longest time I was doing things by myself. So even if people don't see the vision and I see the vision, the hardest part was me convincing other people to see the vision. And sometimes when you're not finding, you haven't found your people, it's just you until you find your people, period. So I would say that have been the hardest part of my music journey, is just finding the people that see what I see, and then we able to collaborate, put it together, and bring my manifestations to life. I'm pretty sure that there's going to be more challenges along the way. As you know, we still alive, so it's always going to be something.
Every day.
But I feel like I'm ready for it. God always preparing me for the next step, whether it's something that I like to experience or I don't want to experience,
Gotcha. And speaking of experiences, obviously, you said we got to live every day. You are not only a creative artist, you are a mother. So talk about balancing being that creative and also then having the joy and wonderful, experience of motherhood.
Okay, so it took me a minute to fully embrace motherhood as an artist, because for so long I have been taught that you can only be one of those things, or when you become a mother you got to sacrifice everything there is in order to do this. But then I realized that is a lack mindset. And when people say it's not about you anymore, it's about those kids, no, it's all about me. It's all about me, because if I don't take care of me, then I can't take care of these kids. And I had to push myself to, of course, lessons teach you that, and postpartum depression is real. So not seeing myself for who I usually am, and then I'm morphing into this new woman, trying to embrace it. And then also the terror of not seeing anybody do it like me before. Like I no disrespect to anybody, but I haven't seen anybody that I could like look at and be like, man, they had this situation and they triumphed, through these challenges. I don't really have a blueprint of how to do it, which lets me know that I must be meant to be the inspiration for other women, other moms that are rappers that literally have children. I must be here to pave the way and do something different that I probably no one has ever, seen before. So now, instead of resisting the change, I fully embrace it, and I love it so much. So even if it's a hard moment, I'm like, yo, I'm getting through this moment, or I'm incorporating my kids in my music videos. Like, you can see I had my firstborn in the link office with me, and I'm over here rapping about how I need these food stamps because I gotta feed my baby. So embracing who I'm becoming, not running away from it, um, and really just trusting God, you know. Because at the end of the day, if you don't trust God, then whatever He trying to put in front of you, you're not going to be able to obtain it, because you looking at life like, why me, but why not me? Because these kids opened up a gateway for me to be the best version of myself. So I love being an art mommy. I don't want to go back.
Listen, trust me, I get it. And it's an amazing thing, especially like you said, to incorporate your children and how they make for you. And beautiful. Because see, first of all, congratulations! I know you just had a little one.
Thank you.
And I love the sense and the way that you put it. Because if you don't take care of you first, you can't take care of you. So
No.
I love it.
Yeah.
What is the major thing you want your audience to take away from you as an artist?
I want people to see the different dynamics of life. Like when they hear my music, I want them to know that it's fully okay for them to be themselves, and to embrace who they are, regardless of whatever situation. I got this song called Second Degree, where I say, I am no better than a Jason Van Dyke. Half the people heard me, don't want me to say it twice, but don't understand I am Laquan hit 16 times. So as I put myself in these different positions and perspectives of life, instead of blaming people or just seeing things in this negative way, I want people to get from my art like, yo, I could literally write my own story. This is my story. And if I don't want to be in this illusion, or if I don't want to be the victim, I don't have to. I can literally write my story, and I can win in my story. I could be whoever I want to be in my story. And that's what I want people to get from just me as an inspiration overall, is that, you can create your own world.
So you just dropped it. I love you dropping the gems. Okay, I love it.
Yes.
All right, so we're gonna get into the music because I know you kind of getting the vibe. I love it. Before we get into the music, I kind of because I know you got some things coming up as well. You have a documentary. Can you give us a little bit in regards to the documentary for this year?
Yes, the documentary is pretty much entailing my journey through water, music, and love, what water, music, and love means to me, and how my album was created literally in my living room after coming out of a situation that could tear anybody down, which was actually one of the main situations that led me to create this album and just morph into the person God was, demanding me to be. So it even captures the moment I met Lyrical, which is such a beautiful moment. Because you see me going through all of these different things, like, oh, I need money for the studio. Oh, I ain't got gas money, but I'm trying to get to the studio. Like, you see me going through the realness of life, and then you see some of my victories, and then you see me on the stage, and you really get to see what it's like to be this black woman from the south side of Chicago. So many people are going to be able to relate to this. And I'm pretty sure it's going to inspire people to just get up and do what they supposed to do.
And I would just say your latest project. Okay, Water, Music, and Love. I listened to this project at least 4 times, back to back. It's like on repeat. Like it gave so much. Like I could just really sit back to have my candles and just like vibe out.
Yeah.
And I'm in project. We talk a lot about self-love. We talk about really paying attention to your worth and really kind of stepping out. So I kind of want you to give us a little deeper thought in your writing, in the sense of this, in the poetry behind it.
Oh man. So I always tell people my ancestors moved through me. So when I be writing, a lot of the times I don't even know what the lesson is and what I'm writing or what it's going to come out to be, but then it always make itself known. And with the writing process, with me being so vulnerable and being in my living room, like for instance, I got a song on Why the Music and Love called Show Me. And I love that song. Shout out to Stepchild. Shout out to Jazz Star. I love that song because when I wrote that song, I could not connect to intimacy. And the song is all about intimacy. And, you know, if you want me, show me. But in that moment, I hadn't been emotionally connected in that way for a while. So I really had to tap back into, well, what does it feel like to be loved? And I had to put myself in the mind frame of how I want to feel when I meet the person that's meant for me, you know, how they feel, how we vibe together. And I was able to just sit myself in that place, even though I wasn't there yet. And that's kind of how this album came to be. Even the song Influence, I was like, yo, I want to do something. I want one song on the album that's totally different from the whole vibe. And I want to do that on purpose to show people that I am not a conscious rapper. You know, I'm an MC. I am a woman of God. Like, I am somebody that takes her experience and somehow make it make sense through music. So that's the only process I know.
So I want to ask. So in order for you to get to that place, would you like? What was the most pivotal moment? Gosh, like I really gotta take myself back to this experience. Like how difficult was that for you?
Yo, it was difficult because I was a little insecure at the time. I had just got out of a relationship. I had just moved into a new house, you know, with my roommate. And I was really trying to just define myself and who I was. And I keep saying shout out to Stepchild. That's my brother, and he produced the whole project. But what the process with it, it was like he would sit there with the instrumentals, and I would have nothing to say. And I would feel nothing, and I would be scared. Then I would be like, yo, what if he pack up his shit and just walk out of here? Because my whole process of relearning myself is a little frightening. You know, what are you gonna say? What do you have to say? And he just sat there in times where I didn't have nothing to say. If I needed to talk, he was like, okay, I guess we finna talk this session. Or do we need to just smoke a blunt? Do we need what was our favorite drink? Yo, I think we was getting lit off the Douce the whole album. I ain't gonna lie. I think we was off the Douce the whole album. And he would just roll up a backwood. And I would sit there and be like, okay, this is uncomfortable. But you know, once you uncomfortable, you get to, when you're not running away from the uncomfortability, then something just sparked.
Yeah.
And it was just like step by step, I was able to just reopen up myself to who I am, who I'm becoming. And yeah, that's how it happened. Now I'm good now. Like, I done wrote myself free. Like, that's some real shit right there. I can't lie.
I love that. So what's happening? So obviously, you know, you got a lot of things happening. You're performing, you're promoting Water Music Love, you know, are you creating part two? Because I feel like I need more. Like that's what it's giving me.
That is what it's giving. I ain't gonna lie, because it was like 20 tracks. And you know, only those tracks made it. That's a lot of tracks that I had to cut, and I was in my feelings about it. But right now I'm working on an EP that's called Soul to Go. And the reason why it's called Soul to Go is because it's like, I'm gonna give y'all the last little bit of this vibe that y'all got from Water Music and Love, before I get into this full monster mode, and I'm gonna just go crazy. Like, it's gonna be a totally different vibe. And I'm gonna team up with some of the coldest producers in Chicago. So it's kind of just like something to get through the summer before I hit people with that transformation, with another transformation. Because, as long as we alive, we constantly evolving and becoming new people. So, yeah, I'm going to give y'all that essence, and I'm going to give y'all some of the tracks. I got this one song called Hot Like Fire that was supposed to be on the album. I just shot a video to that in Vegas. It's going to be so dope. I'm dropping that this summer. You going to get what you need. I promise you. You got it.
Listen, we looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you so much for taking the time. Dope ass conversation with us. Okay. I'm sorry my co-host couldn't be here tonight. You got to miss video, but this is amazing, hands down. For those who are just in or those listening with us, thank you so much for that. Shout out to Miss Lyrical. She is the most dopest soul ever. That's this. And before we wrap up, of course I have to ask. You talked about your journey and the transition that you had to go through and the story that you had to basically let out. What encouragement you have for other artists who may be just starting or who may be on the path can't find a way? Or those who just trying to elevate a bit more. What words of encouragement do you give?
I would say just do it. Do it even when you can't do it. Like, do it even if you thinking about doing it. Like, even if you don't know how to do it, still just do it. And eventually you will learn how to do it. Like, make all the mistakes, feel all the fear, and everything that God put you through, the blessing's gonna be just as much as how much you went through. Like, you never gonna get a small output for all that you put in. So I would say just continue to have faith in yourself and your ability. Continue to take care of yourself, because health is wealth. And continue to look within, because looking outside yourself and comparing yourself to what's going on out here, this world is chaotic. It's always gonna be chaotic. It was meant to be chaotic, but you was meant to do something beautiful in it. So just continue to do it. I got a poem called Do It. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I be like, do it until you can't do it, and when you can't do it again. like literally, it's a beautiful outcome. And don't fall for the illusions that people in the boxes that people try to place you in, because you're a beautiful soul. Everybody is put on this earth for a reason, period. And hit me up if you're doubting yourself. Look, get in my DMs. I'll encourage you. I got you.
I hear that. That's what we're supposed to live up. We are supposed to uplift. We are not supposed to knock. We are demolish. We are supposed to give love, spread love, and encouragement. So thank you so much for that. Amazing. I love it.
I know, right? I feel like I know you,
girl. All right, so I want to say thank you, Freddie. That conversation. Let us know what's going on next. You got anybody that want to drop down in the chat, whatever, drop it.
Yes. I also got a show coming up at Shuba's. I know y'all in New York, whoever watching, we everywhere, we worldwide, but if you just so happen to be in Chicago, just stay in tune. Stay on my page, because we gonna put on an amazing showcase. Just wait on it.
All right. So Freddie. So thank you so much. Come through, speak to girl. Guys, thank you. If you are not, I have to say every week, if you are not supporting our industry, need to support. Right, share, and purchase the music. Not just stream it, let's purchase the music. Trust me, I am running my credit card up all the time. Every week.
Period.
Trust me, I got to purchase the album, and it's amazing. You will not regret it. So I want to thank you so much for being with us tonight. You enjoy the rest of that beautiful daylight out there.
Yes, you too. Have a good one. Thank you.
Of course. Good evening.
Peace.
Hey, listen, such a beautiful soul. I love it. It's always a vibe when we have these conversations. Guys, if you tuned in too late, you missed it. Nah, I'm just kidding. You can definitely check out our YouTube channel tomorrow. We're going to have the full interview there. I mean, Freddie also is that's just what she is. She's just an amazing soul. So guys, if you have not checked out her page and her music, please make sure that you do. Guys, if you are not following Genius R Us, please make sure that you are following us. Listen, we are coming at you every week, all right, with some of the amazing artists, all right, dope artists at that, and you know, some people that's doing anything in the industry. So listen, definitely check us out, because we do have an upcoming event. If you are in the NYC area, we do May 13th. We have our panel. We have some dope, amazing ladies that is on the panel that's going to be talking and kind of definitely expressing their journey through media and as journalists. And on top of that, listen, there are dope Black women that's doing their thing. So definitely, if you're in the NYC area, we're going to be May 13th, Lips Cafe. The link is in the bio. Please check it out. All right, guys, you already know. My name is Aisha Lewis Redway. I am just one of your hosts, and my beautiful co-host Danielle couldn't be with us tonight, but she'll be back next week. All right, guys, you already know what it is. It's nothing but what? Real music, real style, and real people. And on this channel, it don't get no realer than this. All right, and so until next week, peace.